Guess where we are? We're in the new kitchen. I am so excited. We finally get to cook, and that's what we're doing today. We're going to make a salmon dish. So let me tell you what you'll need for this dish. To begin with, you're going to need a portion of salmon for each person. Then you'll want spinach, sun-dried tomatoes, artichoke hearts, and these are in olive oil, but you do not have to use olive oil. You can buy the artichoke hearts in water. And then you'll need a shallot and oregano. I'm using about a tablespoon of dried oregano, but if you have fresh oregano, that is even better. And I have lemons, but I'm only using them as garnish. If you don't use lemon on your salmon, do not even bother. And then we're going to cook it in olive oil, butter, and white wine. And I'm using a Chardonnay, but you could use a Pinot Grigio. I think I would avoid a Sauvignon Blanc because you are cooking with tomatoes, and a Sauvignon Blanc is a bit tart, and you add the tomatoes. It might be a little bit overpowering, but hey, if that's what you have, use it. And I think that's it. So let's get started. Let's begin by sauteing our salmon in butter. I'm going to use about a tablespoon. I'm going to cook on medium heat because I don't want to saute the salmon too quickly. Maybe just a touch more. Now that the butter is sizzling, let's add the salmon. You can already hear it cooking. And I'm going to put this in the sink and get a fresh dish. Now, I left the skin on the salmon, but you can remove it before you start sauteing, and that is fine as well. I bought this salmon at Publix. I don't know if you have a Publix grocery in your area, but and this is not sponsored in the least. I just thought I'd let you know that they have a really good salmon that is called Blue House salmon. That's what this is. And it is like the greenhouse for vegetables, Blue House is for fish. Well, it's hormone-free and antibiotic-free, and it is so fresh and so delicious that it may be the only one that I buy again for a while, unless I am out of town and we don't have Publix at our other house, but we do have it here. We enjoy it so much, and they're very friendly, so I had to try it. And so now we're going to remove the salmon and start cooking our spinach and shallots and sun-dried tomatoes. Now, in the same pan, we're going to add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, and then we're going to slice up our scallion, saute those, and then add the spinach. Now let's add the thinly sliced scallions. Let those saute for a while, and on top of the scallions I'm adding the oregano. Let that be cooking. Smells delicious already. We're almost finished sauteing our onions with our oregano, and now we're going to add the sun-dried tomatoes. Now I bought the julienne cut sun-dried tomatoes. These are 3-ounce packages. If you are a true sun-dried tomato fan, you can add as many as you want, but I didn't want to overpower the dish with the tomatoes, but they really are good. So I'm going to add the julienne sun-dried tomatoes. See, they're little bits, and let those start marinating with the onions. Smells so divine. While that's cooking, I'm also going to add the artichoke hearts. Now, I bought these at Costco, and you know that if you've seen my Costco video, that this is one item that I always buy. I love them. They're marinated in oil, and just put as many as you would like into your recipe. Might be careful with too much oil. It might get too oily because there is quite a bit here. And you'll remember I mentioned that I save this oil and use it to cook because it's really great with chicken. Because it has that artichoke flavor infused into the oil, it's incredible. So let's add some artichoke hearts. And you can hear it sizzling. Now I used about 1/3 of a jar, and this is a 33-ounce jar of artichoke hearts, so that would be about 10 ounces. So if you are buying a smaller amount, which most people do, because you can't buy a small amount at Costco, so you would use maybe, I don't think they come maybe in 12-ounce cans. I would use a 12-ounce. So we have the shallots cooking with the tomatoes and the artichoke hearts and the oregano, and now we're going to add our spinach. And this is organic spinach, and it is 10 ounces. And we all know if we cook spinach that this will wilt down to almost nothing. But if you do not like spinach, or you just want to change this recipe up, use green beans, because sauteed green beans with this is absolutely delicious. So we're going to get these started and let it start wilting. Now let's add a splash of wine. Not too much. I would say maybe 1/4 of a cup. If not, it's just going to taste like wine fish. So I've made that mistake before, thinking that more wine would be better, and that's not necessarily so. After just a few minutes, the spinach has wilted down to the bottom of the pan, and everything is ready to go. So now all you do is transfer your salmon to the spinach. Put it back in. Let that sit for maybe 5 more minutes, and it will reheat the salmon with all those wonderful, wonderful vegetables. And now we're going to plate it and enjoy every bite. Look at this. There's your dinner. I hope you enjoy it. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe. And I hope you follow me on Instagram. Have a wonderful evening. Bye.